watch this, I won't have fun.
Like, I hate it here. I'm just kidding.
Okay, cool. So what were you up to earlier today?
Work.
Where was
My 9 to 5. Woo!
What's that?
It's so I work at a commercial real estate company. It's called Old Acre McDonald.
Old what?
Old Acre McDonald. I like to call it like Old McDonald's Farm.
Old
Stupid.
Acre?
Old Acre, yeah. Old Acre McDonald. The two CEOs' last names.
Acre and McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
Yeah.
I think Acre might be the.
Yeah.
I don't know. McDonald.
Yeah.
Acre is pretty bad.
Yeah. It's their last names. I don't know.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm an office manager there, so spend my days doing that.
You're like, get back to work.
Yeah.
What's that little note there?
I'm like, Tina, get it together. No, just kidding.
You're like, Brenda, no more note passing.
Not really. I'm honestly like in my own little island up front, and everybody's just like scattered throughout the office.
Oh, really? You're like the first face they see?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like painfully quiet.
Really?
Painfully.
Is it like a cubicle kind of thing?
Like, no, but essentially. Like, I'm just by myself. I'm like the first face you see, right? Like, I'm like the receptionist, office manager. And I'm sitting there, and people come in, and I'm like, hi. But other than that, there's not a lot of traffic, and I'm just by myself.
Really?
Yeah, like, I'll have to walk around if I want to see people. It's painfully quiet.
Where's the water tank or whatever? Where people go to get water.
It's like right behind me.
Oh, okay.
So like people will pass by every now and then, but it's very brief. Like, hey, how are you? Lovely. And I'm like, see you, Bill. Have a great day.
You can't like get deeper on the level with them.
I mean, like, I try to, but they're all like, so what do you do? I'm like, music. They're like, oh, and I'm like, all right, come on.
Right.
They're like, this is the place to be. I'm like, yeah. It's like the typical talk, and then they're like, so how does it work? Like, what do you do? Like, every now and then, like, one of the CEOs will walk by, and he's like, you have a gig tonight? And I'm like, yes. I'm like, you're going to come? He's like, no. Sweet.
Like, but I want to tell you what I think you should do.
Yeah, literally. But by the way, your paper was wrong. Whatever. I don't look at papers. I mean, I do, but I don't edit papers.
I understand.
Yeah, anyways.
Enough
about that.
Well, let's get started here then.
Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Nashville Artist. I'm Jordan, and today Nové is here.
Hi.
Welcome to my house.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
So happy to be here.
Yeah. Great. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So where are you from?
Yeah. I'm from Germantown, Maryland.
Germantown, Maryland.
Yes.
Are you?
The merriest land.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have 2 brothers and an older sister.
Are they also into music and stuff?
No. No, one's a lawyer. One is artistic. He does like design. He's an architect kind of. Paints. Very creative in a different way than I am. And then my other brother is special needs.
I understand.
So he is just living his daily life. He's very good at video games though.
Oh yeah?
He's very tech savvy.
What video game does he like?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've seen him. Last I heard, it was like Spider-Man. I don't really know. He sees what he likes. He searches it. He finds it. He buys it.
And he likes it.
And he likes it.
Hey.
Most importantly.
Cool. So
yeah.
What were you into when you were a little kid?
When I was a little kid, what was I into? Well, like obviously music, dancing, like being in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was one of those little kids. Like anywhere you went, I'd be like, "Mom, check this dance routine out."
Did you get into cheerleading?
Yeah, I did cheer, and then I did dance for a while. Pom team, they call it in Maryland.
So,
because like the pom poms.
Did you make little videos when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I would make like. I was too much. I had like a YouTube account where it was like music videos. Like cringy music videos. Like imagine me like 13 years old making music videos on YouTube. Very scary. And then yeah, I would do like short films. I just always liked being like out there.
Right. So you had a music YouTube and then
it's cringy.
And then you had your dance or like whatever else.
Dance.
Miscellaneous.
Yeah, miscellaneous cringy. Honestly, if I had that material now, TikTok star. I would have blown up already.
Yeah.
Because people would have been like, oh, and I would have been like, yeah, I know. It's bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just so cringy. But like, I was embarrassed, so I deleted all of it. And now I'm like, idiot. Stupid. Why'd I do that?
I should have uploaded that.
I should have literally
lived out my dream as like.
Why didn't the cloud exist?
Yeah. It'd be crazy if you had all these videos of you when you were younger. And
no, I really would.
Put those up, and then those got famous, and you're like, well, shit, I'm an adult now.
Yeah, now I'm not that. Yeah.
I only have so much material to work with here.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I just would have like showed you who I am at my core.
Yeah.
Like, I am just who I am.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, when you were a little kid, how did you get into music, or what did you take singing lessons? Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say like my mom and dad got me into music mostly just like with music they played. So like I knew from the sounds of it I liked it. And like I said, I was always like wanting to be in the spotlight. Little dramatic Nové. I always wanted to be in the spotlight. So like I would start singing and performing and like doing all these like crazy things. And so then finally I went into dance. And then once I started like singing more seriously, they were like, all right, do you want to do lessons? And I was like, okay, let's do it.
How old were you when you?
Probably, I have no clue. Probably like 9, 10. I mean, I was in like choir. I would do choir and like theater and things like that, but I wasn't in lessons yet. I don't think I did that until my parents were seriously like, okay. They believed in me and they were like, you want to do it? And I was like, yeah.
When was that? They're like, you want to take lessons?
Probably when I was in 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade. Yeah.
And what music at the time really did you like to emulate, or were you like, they're a badass, I want to be like them?
So this is really funny. So I have a lower tone, or at the time, I've worked on my voice, so my range has expanded, but at the time I had a lower tone. So I would only say that I sing boy songs, because I didn't know you could change keys. Like, I didn't know anything about music yet. We're talking like, I just had no clue. So I'd be like boy songs, and it would just be like pop songs, like John Legend.
Oh, really?
Like things like that. Yeah, it's funny looking back. But then as I got older, my parents like played more frequent music. Like 70s music is kind of where I'm rooted in. And then like with emulation, I'd emulate artists like Anita Baker or like Carpenter, Luther Vandross, like old style kind of voices. But I think I tried a ton of different things before I found my sound. I think I'm still looking for my sound.
Yeah.
Not to bring it all the way back to present, but
no worries. So why were you drawn to them? Because they were like what your parents listened to, or?
Yeah, I think I just heard like myself in their sound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not that I was like amazing back then, but like I just heard like the low timbre that they had in their voices. And it was something that like I kind of had, and I wanted to expand on that and kind of like match their sound.
So by the time you got to high school, were you like playing in bands and stuff? No.
So I was still. I mean, I did the talent show. Won the talent show my senior year. Talent show winner. I did a full band for that, and that was the first time I ever worked with a band, actually. Which is really crazy, because I feel like everybody's stories are so different. Like some people started in bands really young. I didn't really have like band experience or like leading bands until college. I kind of just did choir and like theater and like dance. I was involved, but in a different kind of realm before I like dug in and actually like learned what music was.
Kind of like an accompaniment. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I'd have people accompany me for like talent shows or like cabaret nights. Like I'd have an accompanist, but I wasn't like leading them myself. Like I didn't know how to yet, which is very interesting.
And it wasn't until college that introduced you to that?
Yeah, I went into college like not knowing much theory. Like I could sight read and that was about it. So needless to say, college was really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still learning.
And
it takes a long time.
When did you leave college?
I graduated 2020, the pandemic. One of them.
I understand.
Yeah, so I didn't dive into music theory fully until college. I didn't know that I was going to be pursuing music, honestly. I didn't
Really?
realize that it was an option.
What made you decide to go to Berkeley?
Well, it came to like my senior year of high school, and that's like the first time you're like, what am I going to do with my life? And like I knew that I wanted to perform, but like they don't tell you that that's a realistic option at all.
At Berkeley?
No, not at Berkeley, in high school.
Oh.
Just like in public schools. They don't tell you like, here are all your options, obviously. I mean, for even any career, they don't tell you that. But like some are more given than others. And teachers like push you to do certain careers over others. And like not even like my chorus teacher really was like, pursue music. Because I don't know, choir is very different than like, I don't know.
What made you decide to do it?
Well, okay, yeah, sorry, I went on a little tangent there. So I was like, all right, what am I going to do with my life? And I'm talking to my mom and dad, and I'm like talking about all these schools I want to apply to. And I'm just like, I don't want to do any of that. Like at one point I wanted to be a marine biologist. No, girl, no, that would not have worked out. What? I mean, I was passionate about it for a second, but that was, I don't know who I was back then. But I was like, music. My parents were like, are you in? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I had been doing lessons. I was progressing, and I was like, I want to do this. Like, this is, I'm made for this. Like, I'm doing it or I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, without them, I wouldn't be where I am now. Like, they fully support me, which is amazing, and I'm very grateful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool that they're behind it.
Oh, yeah, they're very behind it.
What, so what, like, initially drew you to singing and songwriting and...
You know, I don't really know. It's kind of like, I feel like most musicians I talk to at a young age, we all were like, oh yeah, we had ADHD. Like, you know, we all get diagnosed
Yeah.
because we're just like all over the place. I'm a social butterfly. I'm like just creative. I'm like saying things that don't make sense. People are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I think I've just always been creative, and I just didn't know how to put that into craft yet until like I got older and I kind of was more conscious of what I was doing. You know, because when you're little, you're just like living. You're free.
You're
There's
like,
no worries. I'm singing. I'm dancing. I'm like, I'm annoying as hell. Like my parents are like, shh, Jessie, like, shh. But yeah. Anyways.
Okay, cool. So you're like telling us why you're into.
Was I? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I got older. I got more conscious, and I was aware of what I was doing. And then you start like feeling what you're doing, and I was like, okay, I have an emotional connection to this. Like, let's fully expand on that. And then I did.
Nice.
Like,
so it was like always in you. Then.
Yeah, I think to some extent it's in all of us. It's just whether you like choose to figure out what it is.
Right.
Because it comes in many forms. I mean, there's a ton of artistic expression.
There is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even if you're just doing like covers, like whatever, everyone has their thing.
Yeah.
Some are pursuing it seriously, some aren't. I just chose that I can't do anything else. I have to do this.
Right. I understand.
Yeah.
You got to kind of put yourself in that position to do it.
100%. I'd rather try. I'm not going to fail. Nobody's going to fail. Like,
no one's
going to fail. There's an audience for everyone. Like I said, there's an audience, for everyone. I mean, random people have a ton of followers, like you said. Like,
yeah.
It's just how you get the following. How do you access it?
There's people that race lawnmowers, and they have a
boom, and they got like 40 million people like waiting for the latest lawnmower. That's crazy.
I know.
And you're telling me I can't make a realistic career out of creating music? Like, come on, it's hard work.
It is.
It takes a lot of like
persistence.
Yeah, grit, and I got it. I'm tenacious. Yeah, like I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be easy. No one said it would, but it's worthwhile. I'd rather try and not fail.
Do or die.
Do or die. No, literally. It's longevity versus immediate gratification. Would I love right now to be popping off? Of course, who wouldn't? But I'm in it for the long run. I'm not doing it for like the vanity of, you know, I just want to make music, help people, touch people's lives. And, you know, like have a steady living off of it. Like manageable living.
Yeah. Be creative.
Be creative and like, yeah.
Get paid to do it.
Yeah.
Be creative.
Exactly.
Live in a world where you get paid just to be yourself.
Yeah, because so many people won't.
No many people don't think that's an option.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how much like music, like with every time era or just like in people's like modern lives. Like music affects everything. So does film. So does whatever art, like whatever it is. Like so much of it is accompanied by like human emotion. So I don't understand why people don't realize that it's a realistic like wage to live.
Selling themselves short.
Like how are you gonna feel without all of this? We're not the Quakers. You know, like
we're not the Quakers.
Back in the day, they can't dance. They don't like eating. Like what? Ugh, I'm getting on a tangent. But anyways, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes. What about your latest single,
my latest single, Dancing with a Ghost? Yes.
Dancing with a Ghost. Where did you record that?
I recorded it in Franklin, Tennessee, actually here, or like so. It was a little bit outside of Franklin. I can't honestly remember exactly where it is, like Spring Hill.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's outside or inside. Honestly, I still don't really know where I am, guys. Still fairly new. So. But yeah, no, I recorded that with this producer, Jordan Sapp. He is phenomenal.
Jordan Sapp?
Jordan Sapp. He is a phenomenal producer. Yeah. That's how that was recorded. But the song itself.
Yeah, what inspired the song?
So when I'm songwriting, sometimes it's different processes. I don't have just like one process that works for me, which I feel like is relatable for a lot of people. But this time around, I was kind of thinking of just song concepts, like titles, because sometimes I don't draw inspiration right away. And so I like to think like, what is my storyline? And so I wrote down a ton of titles. I was working through them, and Dancing with a Ghost stood out, and I was like, well, what would you typically think Dancing with a Ghost is about? And I feel like it would be like, my partner, oh my God, they're just like not there. It's like they don't see me, like I'm a ghost. And I'm like, no. I don't really write love songs at this point. Most of my songs, this is my first like fun song. I would call this my Taylor Swift song. Most of my songs are about serious things. They sound fun, but it's about like personal issues that I have. Or just like anybody could have. So for this one, I wanted like a female empowerment kind of, or just like whoever the hell you are, empowerment kind of song. That was like, this person is irritating me. I'm over it. And guess what? First thing in the morning, I'm not going to be here anymore. Yeah, tonight we're going to have fun. We're going to dance. You're going to buy me drinks. But when you wake up, you're dead to me. I would never do that to somebody in real life, though. I wouldn't. It's just a song concept. Or people will be like, is that about your ex-boyfriend? And I'm like, no. You guys are awful. I wouldn't do that. So yeah, it was just an idea I had, and I was like, let's expand on it. Let's make a little disco pop song.
Yeah.
And then it became, not overnight, but like over a ton of sessions, we kind of figured out.
Yeah, I like
the direction. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Disco pop, dancing.
Yeah.
I like how your songs, yeah, you said they're more serious topics.
Yeah.
When it's in that kind of pop realm, you're like, what are the lyrics going to be about? It's going to be the same word over and over again.
100%. I have such a hard time sometimes with lyrics. Like I have to think about it for a while, which there's no like timeline obviously with the song, but sometimes I like have to sit there and I'm like, all right, I have a lot to say just as a human being. How do I, and like right now I'm doing kind of like the pop alternative sound. So I'm like, how do I put such a serious message into small words that are fun and like easy to remember and are catchy? Like that is really hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do that. And like I'm still trying to figure out like what exactly is
and then
the right
make
thing.
it apply to everyone, or like it can be
right.
anyone.
And it can be about anything. That's another thing too, because like when I write songs, like this is what I have in mind. However, you could think of 5 different scenarios with what I'm saying, which is important. Universal language.
Right. So how do you develop your artistic skills?
How do I develop?
Do you have routines or anything, or like?
That's a really good question. How do I develop my artistic? Okay, well, I mean, I have like my typical things where I'll go outside and I'll journal. Like being in nature, I think is really important. But honestly, just like growing pains, like as you are growing up and adapting to like new standards in your life, sometimes it gets hard to like maintain certain habits you've had. So I'm finding myself now like less in nature, like I was in Maryland, because now I have to work a 9 to 5 to pay for my music. So that is something I'm still trying to figure out. Like I don't know. I try new things all the time.
Keep everything fresh.
Yeah, you just kind of have to until you figure out what works. And right now, especially just being new here and like being independent, independent for the first time has been a whirlwind for me. So it's kind of put a damper a little bit on my artistic expression. So that's a great question. I think in the past I had a great routine, and now I'm kind of figuring out what it even is anymore. I try new things all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it'll be like going out in nature. Sometimes it's dancing. Again, I don't dance as much as I used to. Or even just like watching people's TikToks and being like, okay, how can I do something that's kind of like this, but my own thing? You know?
Yeah.
Just kind of like getting ideas from other people and making it your own. And
probably since you have like such a steady day job, whatever, you got to break up the day to like to make it not seem like it's all.
Yeah, it's not fun. That's why like when I'm out of work, I'm always doing it's huge being spontaneous or just like co-writes because like I'm struggling to figure out how to express myself at the moment. I mean, it's hard 9 to 5, and then I'm like, cool, now I gotta go to bed and do it again. But that's a great question.
Okay, so of all time, who are some of your favorite artists, music?
That's a really good question. So my all-time favorite, Bee Gees.
Really?
Yes. Very good.
Oh wow, nice.
Barry Gibb, if you're watching, love you.
Barry Gibb.
Yeah.
Bee Gees.
Bee Gees. I love the Bee Gees.
Did you see like Saturday Night Fever?
Of course I did.
Is that what?
I think like I saw that at a young age and I was like, oh my god, this is my disco dream.
Dude, Saturday Night Fever.
I literally was like, how do I obtain this in real life? Yeah. So other than the Bee Gees, I love the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
But like I said, like going back to R&B soul, like Luther Vandross, Anita Baker. I don't know, like my inspiration of what I like to listen to versus like who I like to emulate are so different. And then throw in today's world, like of like modern pop stars and or like indie artists and stuff like that. I have a lot of inspiration. But Bee Gees is one of my favorite. Doobie Brothers, Steely Dan, Eagles, America, love them. The band. Not the country. The band.
Have you seen The Last Waltz?
Mm-mm. The Last Waltz?
Yeah, it's a movie about the band.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have seen that. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, does this involve one of...
Yeah, just like a complete tangent.
Yeah, I'm like, I know that I'm going on tangents.
So you do foxtrot dance?
That's funny.
Steely Dan. Nice.
Yeah, so yacht rock.
Yacht rock.
Yacht rock and disco. That is my...
Do you like Toto?
I mean, yes, I'm actually not going to lie. Yeah, I do. I love them.
Yeah.
Some people are like... I'm like, they have more songs. They have more songs. Okay.
Dude, you gotta love Jeff Becerra.
Yeah, like
drummer.
So good. He holds it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disco and what did you say the other one was?
Yacht rock.
Yacht rock.
Yacht rock. I love yacht rock. I do. People make fun of me. I don't care. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm not like a hard or like some classic rock is in yacht rock, but like I'm not like, like Led Zeppelin and like Pink Floyd. Like I love it. I'll listen to it. Like Grateful Dead, I'll listen to it. But I don't feel the connection that I feel with like soft rock kind of. I don't know how to explain that. Like I have appreciation, but it's not my thing. Like yacht rock is.
Oh, like Led Zeppelin and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Pink Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Not that style of classic rock.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, because it's different. It is.
It
is very different. I respect it, and I will listen to it. But like, you put yacht rock on, like I'm in a different world, literally.
Dude, sailing.
Come sailing. Christoper Cross.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah, he was here in town like a couple months ago.
Was he?
Yeah.
I missed him.
I must saw just to hear that song.
Dang.
I've seen Toto live.
That's cool. I haven't seen Toto live.
And they killed it. It was good.
That's amazing. I just saw America.
Oh, really? Was that at the Ryman?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That was awesome.
What was your favorite song?
Well, I feel like hearing Ventura Highway was like bucket list moment. Like,
oh God, yeah.
Like bucket list.
Dude.
But Daisy Jane, I don't know if you're familiar with America, but Daisy Jane is a beautiful song. You should listen to it.
Okay, I'll check it
Or
out.
Sandman, that one's fun. I love all of their songs. I just start listing like the entire set list. This song was great. This song.
Awesome. Okay. What would you say now? You said kind of daily life. What would you say
Mm-hmm.
inspires your creativity?
What inspires my creativity? That's a really good question. That's spot on. I don't think I've even like thought about it. I think I just do. I just try. I don't think I have like a source of inspiration. Maybe I do. It's just subconscious. I think I just say things, or I try things, or like I see things that I want to emulate. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like everybody tries to be like everything is so original. I'm like, no, come on. Like we all see something and we like love it and we try to make it our own.
Right.
So I mean, I find inspiration through a lot of things. I find inspiration through my friends, all the musicians I've met here. I mean, people are doing some crazy stuff, and it's really cool to see like different levels of where people are at.
Yeah.
Because we're all on our own different path, and like we're all colliding and doing our own thing and coming back together. It's just really cool. I find inspiration from all of that.
Yeah.
Going to shows.
People are very driven.
Yeah, people are very driven.
It's amazing.
Which makes you driven,
you
yeah.
Get plugged into the pipeline. You're just like, we all rise together.
Yeah, 100%. So I find artistic expression through other people. I find it through
going to shows.
Going to shows, seeing other people do cool things, trying it, making people laugh, honestly, which is so stupid, but I love.
Do you like movies or anything? Or
movies,
books?
Yeah. I like movies. I wouldn't say like I'm a movie person fully, but like there are some great movies out there that definitely can strike inspiration.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about books or anything else?
I'm a new book reader.
A new book reader?
New book, yeah, new. I used to not read books.
Oh, okay. What have you recently?
Don't judge me. School traumatized me, okay? I'm just kidding. No, I just used to like never read, and then my friends and I started a book club.
Oh, yeah?
We've literally only had like 2 meetings. And then after that, like I said, my day job is really quiet. And like, I find it, I'll do like music, like admin, like trying to get gigs and like playlisting and radio. I'll do stuff like that during the day. But then after that, I'm like, I can't write a song sitting here. Like, ready, let's just be quiet for like 2 seconds. It sounds like that all day long. It sounds like that all day long. How the hell am I supposed to be like, oh my God, the sky is blue. And like, I'm not like, yeah, like what? Everybody would be like, what are you doing? So like, I started reading.
Nice.
I can't say that I have drawn inspiration or artistic expression from that yet. Maybe I'll try that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm always open to new things. I think I'm just figuring out who I am right now.
Yeah.
And like what my sound is and what I even want to say.
Hey.
You know, so I don't really know what my artistic expression is yet. I don't know.
No worries. No worries.
I'm figuring it out. I'm trying everything.
No worries. Okay. What would you say some of your strengths and weaknesses as an artist are?
Strengths? I'm very driven. Like I said, I'm tenacious. I find opportunity where I can. I don't know. I just love being with people. I love working with people. I love helping others. So like if it's not my music, I love writing with other people to help them come up with like, you know, their concepts or expand on their ideas. Weaknesses, honestly, I will say is I'm not very good at playing keys or guitar. So it's a struggle. So like when I write, we're talking triads. Like very basic. I think that is one of my biggest weaknesses because if I could play it for myself, that would be huge. We're going to get there. I'm going to watch this in 5 years and I'm going to be able to play. Just wait. Yeah, and then theory. Theory is just hard in general. Like I said, I started this like 6 years ago. It's difficult to like know everything all at once.
Yeah.
So maybe those are like 2 weaknesses I have, but nonetheless, I still know a lot. I've worked really hard.
Yeah.
On my voice and just knowing music theory in general and playing. Like, you know, we're on the up. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So I would say more strengths than weaknesses, okay?
Definitely.
Screw the weaknesses. No, we cancel those out.
Erase them.
Erase them. I didn't say what I just said. You didn't hear that. Only strengths.
So most of you put everything into your voice. That's
I have worked very, very hard on my voice.
That's like the main dynamic.
Yeah. That and my songwriting, which is, you know, we're always improving. Songwriting, I could be better, but I feel pretty confident with where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Awesome. How would you best describe the type of artist you are?
She's groovy.
Groovy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's groovy. I'm a groovy artist. Like I said, I'm trying new things. I'm trying to find really what my sound is. I think it's a staple that I'm R&B soul, and I'm groovy. And we're always going to have a fun time. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
With the music, with the shows, even like gigs where I'm doing cover songs, we're always going to have fun. That's the most important thing.
It's not going to be some sad.
No, it might sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I'm human. Okay.
Yeah.
I got feelings. But no, for the most part, I just want people to be happy.
Have fun.
Laugh a little.
Yeah.
You know, maybe express themselves in ways they wouldn't typically.
Right.
Like, let go. Like, have fun. Like,
yeah.
Let those intrusive thoughts win.
Let the barriers down.
Yeah. like the intrusive thoughts. Not the crazy ones, but like the fun ones. Let them out.
Right.
Whatever. Who cares?
Okay, cool. So you said you've been in Nashville
like a year and a half.
Year and a half now?
December will be 2 years.
Really?
Well, I guess I'm a little over a year and a half now, but.
What initially brought you here?
Music like everyone else. Yeah. I was working with people. So during college, I found, a good team, so to speak, around me of just like producers and songwriters I was working with. And I was coming back and forth here in like 2019, 2020, maybe a little bit of 2018. 2018 was kind of me figuring out who I wanted to work with. 2019 is when I kind of like sat down and was like, okay, let's make music. 2020, we started writing, and then I recorded like rough demos, worked really hard, came back, re-recorded them. So I think I felt like I had a good basis of people. I knew some people from school who were out here also. And bottom line, I was like, I can't go to LA right now. No way.
Why did you say no to LA?
Because I would get eaten alive, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, with where I am right now, I'm figuring out, like as much as this is my passion, this is my business, I'm working on a product.
Right.
So I'm not too sure exactly what my product is. I think I'm a little bit closer than I was in 2020, but I'm still figuring out like, what is Nové? What do I have to say other than the 4 songs I've already released, and what works, what doesn't, like I'm really trying to view this as a business standpoint, even though like it's also my love. So I just lost my train of thought, but basically, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is what. So yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, good. What would you say is like one of the biggest things you've learned living here?
Living here. That's a lot. Biggest thing I've learned living here is just like breathe. Take it easy. Stop being hard on myself, on yourself, on all of ourselves. Like, it's hard. Just like living as a young adult right now is very difficult. So I think, like I said, I'm newly independent. It's rocking my world, especially just with like music in general. Like now everything costs money. Everyone deserves to get paid. Everything is work for hire or whatever, as it should be. But I'm like, wow, this is crazy going from like school where people are doing it for, opportunity for free, just to do it because you're friends. And like, of course, still there's people like that. Mm-hmm. But like now everyone deserves to get paid. Like we're all doing this. This is our crafts. Like
right.
Everyone deserves to have their business up and running. So I think that has been the biggest thing on me. Just like breathe. Like not everything happens overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. So like this disco empire, come on, it's not going to be built overnight. And it's a struggle. It's not linear. It's all over the place.
Right.
I'm like, one moment I'm like, woo! The next I'm like, oh, spiral.
Right.
Don't spiral. Yeah. But going back to the other question, I feel like I have a good amount of people in Nashville now, especially now that I kind of know where I am.
Yeah.
Still learning, like places, but like I have a good group of people around me.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite place to play here yet?
So right now I'm doing a lot of gigs. I'll gig around town. I'm with Affinity Entertainment, so I book a lot of gigs through them. I also book a lot of gigs on my own just by harassing people via email. So the only like venue I've actually played thus far, my own original music, just like an original show, has been the Cobra.
Oh yeah.
And they were fantastic.
Yeah, the Cobra's
great. It was fantastic. I had the best experience, the best lineup. I had a lot of fun. It was a really good first show, and it was the first time I ever played my own like music live with a band. So it was a monumental moment.
Definitely.
Shall I say? But I loved the Cobra. I thought the staff was phenomenal. Just kind of like their booking, the way they work it's nice.
Pretty easy to get.
It's pretty easy. It's It's nice, and their sound system is pretty good too.
Oh yeah,
It's not a bad sound system.
I remember when they upgraded it.
Yeah, I heard before that it wasn't the best, but now it is. It's great. I had a great experience. I'd recommend everyone play there.
Do you have like favorite place to go see shows at?
I think the basement was pretty cool. I went to the Blue Room once too.
Oh yeah.
It was for like a Lady Gaga night.
Oh.
And I was like, this is a sick venue. It was like there wasn't any bands playing, but I was like, I can imagine a show going on here. Dope.
It's one of my favorite venues.
Yeah, pretty cool. I'm still like, exploring venues though. So I don't know. I love them all thus far. I can't say I have a favorite besides Cobra because I played. But even then, like there's so many cool venues.
Right. Cool. All right, like reflecting back here, what would you say are some of the biggest challenges you had to overcome, and how did you overcome them?
Like here in Nashville, or just as an artist?
As an artist.
I think there's just been many different versions of obstacles. Obviously, like the way I viewed things when I was younger versus how I view things now is very different. I would say one of like the first roadblocks I remember is just kind of like my voice, my tone. Like I sang lower, whereas a lot of girls sang high, and like especially at Berkeley, the belty, poppy, run voice is like the Berkeley voice.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't that, and I realized that early on in life. That's why I'd say I sang boy songs. That was very difficult for me because I'm like, why can't I sing like these people? Why can't I sing high like a girl? Like, you know, like stupid. Like that makes no sense. Now, obviously, now I'm like, girl, come on. But just like determination. I got voice lessons. I worked endlessly on my voice then. Then I got to college, realized I need more work, obviously. Still need it now. Still am in voice lessons. I mean, it's an endless, it's not, there's no ending really for that. So I think like with that obstacle mainly, I was like, all right, you want to hear it? I'll do it. Just give me 2 to 3 years.
No worries. Yeah.
Give me 2 to 3 years, I'll get it.
Is your teacher here in town?
No. So my current vocal coach, well, I'm not working with her right now. I'm trying to get back in with her. She just had a baby. Anyway, sorry, tangent. Her name is Hannah Schaefer. She is amazing. I would do my lessons via Skype.
Oh yeah.
I've never met her in real life. It's honestly insane the amount she has helped me. And I worked with her for maybe 2 years, 2.5 years. The amount she helped me versus every other teacher that I had in real life, like at Berkeley especially, didn't help me like she did, which is really crazy. And I don't know if that was just teaching style or just like, you know, I'm very big on human connection, and I very much connected with her, and that always helps when you have like a great relationship with who you're working with. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what it was, but she changed the way I thought about my voice. She made things make sense for me. Phenomenal teacher.
Nice.
Hannah Schaefer. I'm sorry, I keep like.
Where is she located?
You can find her on Instagram at Hannah Schaefer. She's also a fantastic singer.
Well, like what city or like where?
That is actually a really great question. Hannah, where do you live? I honestly cannot tell you right now. She comes to Nashville a lot, though. I know that. She does like Christian secular pop music. It's her thing.
Christian secular pop music.
Yeah, like secular, so it's like Christian pop.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. She's good at her craft. Awesome. And she's amazing at helping others, which is
nice.
Which is important. Yeah. Important skill to have.
Right. Talking about helping others, what is some advice you'd give to someone who's going to move here and do art?
My advice would be just do it. There's no right or wrong. Try, be kind, stay humble, most importantly, but like believe in yourself. Like if you don't, nobody will. You know you got whatever talent it is, whether it's playing or singing or writing, because there's many different elements in this world that you could do. You know you're good at it. Know it in your head and do that shit. Like kill it.
Yeah.
Do it fearlessly. You're going to fail, but you'll pick yourself back up.
Yeah.
Like I said, there is an audience for everyone, and if you don't believe that, then I don't know what to tell you.
We'll show you the door.
No, you stay until you realize it. I'm like, figure it out, figure it out.
Look at these people.
Yeah.
Having fun.
But even then, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm figuring it out like everybody else. So
yeah.
I don't know. That's my advice. That's my 2 cents right now. It could change in 2 days. I couldn't tell you.
Hey, that's all good. What would you say is like your biggest personal growth from last year to this year?
Biggest personal growth. I think just believing in myself more. I mean, I definitely have moments where I'm like, ooh, but then you work through them and you're like, 2 years ago I couldn't be doing what I'm doing right now, and that is enough motivation in itself to say, where am I going to be in 2 more years? I think this past year, so in December, I went back to college for my college graduation because we didn't have one in real life, and so they did a ceremony like 3.5 years later almost. So it was very interesting being back in a place where I was, first introduced to like who I was as an artist, kind of, in a more serious manner, and like realizing like how far I've come from that. The ceremony is supposed to be like your next journey, what you're going to embark on, whatever. And instead of that, it was
behind you.
Yeah, it was like, so how's it going?
Yeah.
Like she was like, how's it going? You're doing it. And it was kind of like a moment where I was like, wow, like, it seems so small, but even just making the move here and like committing, like that's huge for me. That's huge for anyone. I think anyone should be proud of that.
There's growing pains.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of hardships I've experienced, just like financially, musically, I'm still figuring it out, but I think just being here has been like the biggest thing. And like, obviously
just
going back,
get here.
Going back to school and being like, whoa, like this is just not me anymore. Like that was a very humbling experience, honestly. I was like, wow, I'm doing it. Go girl.
I could still be here.
Yeah, like I'm doing it. We're gonna figure it out. I have confidence.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
There's no place else to go.
Like I said, no LA, not right now. Oh, that's where my tangent was, guys. Going back to 15 questions ago, I remember now. That's why I said, because you were like, "Why Nashville? Like, why are you here?" And I was like, "I can't go to LA." That was the tangent about like product versus passion. I can't go to LA yet. You got to be in Nashville.
Because you got to have the product before you.
Well, yeah, not even that. And then I just feel like the environment here is so much nicer.
Have you been to LA?
No, I haven't been. I'm a faker. But just from what I hear.
I went in May. Yeah, it was.
I just hear.
Wild. I
hear things, and obviously, like everyone who is a name, like while there's an audience for everyone, you're still competing with big names, right? I just like I'd rather be in this big pond and like work with people who are willing and want to help you.
Yeah.
It's just a kinder environment. Are there still sticklers everywhere? Of course.
Right.
That's just being human. But here, I'm like, it's a nicer environment. I feel like it's helping me.
Yeah.
It's like.
It's a good incubator.
Yeah, like nourishing me. Yeah, like helping me to like figure it out in a nice manner. Like, is there still quote unquote competition? Whatever. There's competition everywhere. Life is a competition.
More human.
Which is stupid. It shouldn't be. But anyways, sorry, that was probably so out of place for this question, but I remembered, and so I just had to make that make sense.
No worries. I understand. I think here is much better than LA.
Yeah, so far, I mean.
So it depends on what you want to do.
What you want to do, yeah. I think for right now where I'm at in my career, I'm like, I love it here.
Yeah.
People are nice. You're going to shows all the time if you want to. And there's just option. Like, there's music.
There's so many things to do here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How would, changing subjects here, how do you consume media? Do you watch YouTube?
No. I mean, sometimes. Depends. If I'm, like, randomly on Facebook, there's, like, YouTube links, I'll watch it. Mostly, like, TikTok, Instagram. Which is frustrating. I like social media really does irritate me. I wrote a song about it. It's called Broken Keyboards. Just plugging in my music. Social media does irritate me, but it is like it's our resume. It's like where you find everything about a person, which is so invasive. But there's also so much opportunity in that. So I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I don't really go on Twitter anymore. And then there's like Threads. I downloaded that. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I don't think.
Threads. Yeah,
it's like Instagram's version of Twitter, and now Twitter's called X. I don't know. TikTok is keeping me informed on all of this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. crazy platform.
Okay, so TikTok and Instagram mostly follow like other musicians and
stuff.
Other
musicians. I keep up with people from like my childhood, but mostly music. People now. Like people that I don't really know. If I find a musician I think they're dope, I'm going to follow them.
Right.
So.
Cool. Well, is there anything you would like to add that I might not have asked you about?
I don't know. No?
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel like we covered a lot. I went on a lot of tangents, so who knows what I've said. I've kind of blacked out this entire time.
It's okay, as long as you feel like...
I feel like I said...
What you said
enough. I don't know.
Who you are.
Do you feel good about this?
Yeah, but I'm going to ask you another question.
Oh, are you? Okay.
What is something absurd you love or do?
What's something absurd I love or do? Honestly, I'm kind of absurd sometimes. Like I said earlier, sometimes I just say things and like they just come out and like it either lands or it doesn't. I like making people laugh. Like it's just absurd. Like I will be in the bit and I'll stay in that bit until I'm like, all right, the bit's over. You know, like I will fully go in. So that's probably, people are probably like, what? But whatever, at least I make people laugh.
Yeah.
That's probably the most absurd thing I do whenever I'm trying to make people just like get out of their heads.
Is go to absurd lengths to break the show.
Like absurd to, I feel like it's really not that absurd, but to like a normal person, whatever normal is, people are like, oh my God, you're so weird. I'm like, all right, calm down, Betty. Just laugh.
Yeah, I know.
Calm down, Betty. Like it's a
taking life a little bit too seriously.
Yeah, it's a joke, babe. It's okay. You can laugh. Stop being mean. Like, damn. Yeah, maybe that. I can't think of like a moment.
No worries.
There's been a lot in my lifetime.
I understand. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot.
Okay, well, thanks for coming over and doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
High five this out. Boom.
Boom.
LaCroix, sponsor us.
That was a power clap.
Cheers, it was.
Cheers.
Alrighty, we did it.
Here, do you want to touch the
Yeah, this
button?
is the coolest thing ever. Bye.